Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I support local 100%. 100%.
Budget breakdown. A new holiday spending survey points to a familiar trend.
Colton has always been a better person than he is a goaltender, and he's a pretty incredible goaltender.
A goalie's goodwill when kindness takes the shot and scores.
1 in 2,000 people have narcolepsy. The average time to diagnosis is up to 15 years.
And talk of the town. Dalhousie grad crowned North America's top speaker.
Colder weather carries on into tonight with a mix of snow and rain headed our way Wednesday.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Bruce Frisco in for Maria Panapoulos tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to start tonight's program by checking in with Todd Battis, who's working on the day's top news headlines. Todd.
Right you are, Bruce, and we're going to begin tonight in the small community of Wallace, Nova Scotia, which is coming to terms with a very big loss. Fire destroyed the Aquashell fish plant yesterday. Close to 100 people are now out of work just weeks before Christmas. We will hear from some of them tonight at 6 o'clock. New Brunswick's Auditor General says 2/3 of patients in hospital emergency rooms in that province are not being seen by a doctor in an appropriate amount of time. He says government needs to come up with a comprehensive strategy to deal with those excessive wait times. The AG, well, he's made 11 recommendations, and we will hear them tonight at 6. Halifax City Council is looking at making some changes to the city's taxi and ride-hail drivers. One suggestion, to bring companies like Uber under the same licensing regulations as the taxi industry. But Uber says that's going to end up costing passengers more. We'll hear the debate tonight in your newscast. Right now, let's hear about some pretty scary temperatures. Caleb Mitchell with some small numbers on the board behind you.
Yeah, that's right, Todd. I mean, it was a very cold day in the region. We're headed into a cold night as well. Taking a look at temperatures, if you're stepping outside your door right now, you're headed out temperatures mostly in the range around -3 to -7 for Nova Scotia, around -8 for Charlottetown, Summerside, many locations in Prince Edward Island at this hour. And in New Brunswick, temperatures between -7 and -12. Now, the winds are a little bit lighter than they were yesterday, but wind chill is still a bit of a factor. So for most parts of the Maritimes, it is making it feel down into the -teens, including right now with the wind chill making it feel near -18 around Moncton and near -15 for both Summerside and Charlottetown. Checking in on those winds mostly out of the west as they were expected to be for today. They're being sustained between around 10 and 25 kilometers per hour in most cases. Taking a look at the wind gusts, there are a few areas reporting some gusts between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour, including up around the northeast of New Brunswick, and a few areas at Cape Breton, including a gust of 43 at Port Hawkesbury and 48 at Grand Etang. Over on radar and satellite, there'll be some increasing cloud cover from the west of us for tonight as we're going to be in that colder air. And then our next weather system, it's another Alberta Clipper, and it's going to be arriving late in the day on Wednesday, bringing a mixture of some snow, freezing rain, and rain to the Maritimes. The heaviest of the snow expected in northern and western areas of New Brunswick, where in some cases it could be as much as 15 to 20 centimeters, and snowfall warnings have been issued. Special weather statement carries on for areas just south of Fredericton, calling for potential of up to 10 centimeters of snow and ice pellets. More on the weather a little bit later on. Bruce.
All right, thank you, Kalen. Well, first at 5 tonight, spending shift. A new survey shows many Canadians are cutting back this season, focusing more on groceries, essentials, and smaller celebrations. And as CTV's Jesse Thomas shows us tonight, it also reveals a growing commitment to supporting local. Isn't that right, Jesse?
Hey, Bruce, that's right. Most people that I ran into while shopping today said they're being more intentional about spending their hard-earned Christmas money on gifts from local shops.
Even though many Canadians are trimming back their Christmas budgets, this Dartmouth candle shop says sales are burning brighter than ever this year.
Yeah, just like we wouldn't be able to do this without people coming and supporting us, right? Like, this is our dream, and
a big part of that is loyal customers coming back again.
the big box stores might not know your name, but we'll know your name when we see, like, you order online or you come see us at the market. So, like, it makes such a difference for us, and it's very personable.
According to a new TD Bank Christmas shopping survey, 36% of Canadians plan to cut back on spending this season, while 60% say groceries and essentials will take up the brunt of their holiday budget. But many maritime shoppers say they're still interested in supporting small businesses.
Yeah, I definitely try to shop local as much as possible. So we do a lot of shopping here in downtown Dartmouth year-round. That being said, for Christmas we often do a lot of sort of experience-type gifts. So it's tickets to see shows. So again, a lot of local stuff as well.
I spent more because I bought more from my community, more so than I have in the big stores. Yes, yes, yes.
You don't mind spending a bit more locally to...
Listen, I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind spending a few extra dollars if it's going to help somebody else. And that's the way that I see it.
And it's not just candle shops feeling the love. This Dartmouth craft beer and cider brewery says they're also seeing more holiday shoppers coming through the doors.
I mean, I think it echoes both ways. We want to represent our community, so we want to provide something, an experience or products that they feel they need or want, and we hope that quality is reflected in what we do back to them.
The Downtown Dartmouth Business Commission says these kind of small shops offer unique gifts you can't find in a big box store.
And when people want to buy something meaningful for a loved one, they can find it here in downtown Dartmouth.
And the TD survey, Bruce, suggests that Canadian shoppers are getting creative, leaning on things like loyalty points or finding other savings by even shopping secondhand so as not to break the bank this Christmas. But when it comes to gift giving, Bruce, it's always the thought that counts, right?
I always tell myself for sure. Thank you, Jesse. CTV's Jesse Thomas reporting live tonight from the News Center. That brings us to tonight's CTV News web poll. We're asking, are you cutting back on holiday spending this year? Your options? Yes, I'm spending less this year. No, I'm spending more this year. Or I'm spending about the same as always. And as always to you, go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and see the latest poll results. Still ahead tonight, reminder about our latest contest, and we also have this story.
My name is Michelle Weger, and this is Quinn. And coming up, I will tell you about having narcolepsy and winning the award for #1 Inspirational Speaker of the Year.
Welcome back. Well, CTV and Charm Diamond Centers want to help you give the gift of charm. You could win a $2,500 gift card to Charm Diamond Centers to help you express your love for that special someone. Pop the question with a stunning diamond, dazzle them with sapphire earrings, or present the perfect pendant to wear close to their heart. To enter, just go to ctvatlantic.ca, follow the contest prompts, or scan the QR code on your screen. To tell you, the contest runs till Saturday at 5. The winner will be announced on December the 19th. Remember, a little charm goes a long way, and good luck. A Dalhousie graduate has been named North America's top inspirational speaker. As CTV's Mike Lamb shows us tonight, Michelle Weger is back in Halifax this week after her award-winning talk on living with a rare sleep condition.
My name is Michelle Weger, and I'm a speaker, author, and tech CEO. I have narcolepsy, which is a sleep disorder, which means I will constantly be tired. It's like if you charged your phone battery all night, but you wake up and the highest it ever is 40%. That's how my brain is. My relationship with Halifax goes back to when I was 17. I was a student at Dalhousie University, and let's be honest, all students are a bit tired, but I was really tired. I started going to the doctor as soon as this started, and it wasn't until 5 years later that I finally had a sleep study and was diagnosed with narcolepsy. This is Quinn. She's my service dog. Quinn will know before I fall asleep, and she will alert by nudging my elbow and then putting her paw on me. Because she's telling me before I start to fall asleep, I can take medication and get to safety. And that means that I have not fallen asleep even once in public since having a service dog. Life-changing. Being diagnosed felt like both an answer and a life sentence. I started speaking to audiences about 1.5 years ago about facing their fears, overcoming them, dreaming big, and doing hard things. I was sharing the journey I went through and then showing a path of how they can do the same. I was super excited when a few weeks ago, after a year-long competition, I won the award of #1 Inspirational Speaker of the Year.
Michelle Uyghur!
I used to be terrified of speaking, and that was one of the fears I had to work through. I believe that when you see someone like you doing something you thought was impossible, the glass ceiling you placed on yourself shatters. So I'm very proud as a person with a disability and a service dog to have won an award like this and to be a professional speaker, because I know that there's someone watching right now that they just realized, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. And you can.
Welcome home, Michelle. Great to see you.
Yeah, and as we know, Bruce, public speaking, it's not easy.
It's not easy. It can be kind of terrifying sometimes.
Certainly can be.
Nice to see the sun today.
Yeah, it was. It was a sunnier day around the region, still very cold, though. Might explain why we're not seeing too many takers here at the Oval in Dieppe in New Brunswick. I'll have more on the weather forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back to CTV News at 5 for this Tuesday evening. As we mentioned earlier, it was sunny today, still cold out there, though.
Yeah, and a cold night ahead for the Maritimes, so temperatures for parts of the region are going to moderate tomorrow, which is why our next weather system, another Alberta Clipper, arriving Wednesday evening and night, looks like it's going to be more of a wintry mix of weather for the Maritime region. Looking out here at a beautiful view as we take a look at our sunrise and sunset times. That's Herring Cove. You can see some footprints there in the, I think that's sand, might be a little bit of snow. Pretty sure it's sand. All right, let's take a look at what's going on our weather systems map. And our next weather system is that Alberta Clipper that's currently making its way through the U.S. Midwest. So there is some heavy snow coming down through southwestern areas of Manitoba. It's underneath a snowfall warning, expecting to pick up some totals between 10 and 20 centimeters. We're looking at some similar snowfall amounts from that weather system for northern and western areas of New Brunswick, with Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia getting more onto the rainy side of it. Let's take a look at things on radar right now, and as we make our way through this evening and tonight, it is going to be some increasing cloudiness from the west. I do expect that there will be some flurries or some lighter snow that will develop for parts of the Maritimes during the overnight hours and around for the first part of the day tomorrow. That will be well ahead of the arrival of that Alberta Clipper. So we do have some lighter snow in the forecast overnight and tomorrow ahead of the arrival of that next weather system. So making our way towards midnight, it continues to be increasing cloudiness. The highest chance of flurries at first will be in western areas of New Brunswick and the southwest of Nova Scotia. But then we have this area of snow and flurries that develops by the start of the day for tomorrow across much of New Brunswick, into parts of Prince Edward Island, and across areas of Nova Scotia where it may become mixed with some rain showers. And there may be some snowfall accumulation in this first round. In a lot of cases, maybe up to around a couple centimeters locally, except higher around Moncton in the southeast. In that part of the Maritimes, there is the potential of at least some localized snowfall totals during the day on Wednesday that might get up between around 4 and 8 centimeters of snow. Remember, it doesn't take all that much snow to create some slick, slippery spots on the roads. Now, that first round of snow and flurries moves through. In behind it, there's a little bit of a break for the afternoon where it's just some increasing cloudiness. And then by late afternoon, snow returns to western areas of New Brunswick, fills in across that province by the early evening, as well as into Prince Edward Island. There might even be some initial light snow for areas of Nova Scotia before turnover to rain. And the rain-snow line with this weather system pushes up towards Fredericton and central areas of New Brunswick, as well as into the west of Prince Edward Island by the time we get to midnight Wednesday into Thursday. And this mixture of snow and rain for the Maritimes continues to clear west to east as we move into and through Thursday morning, but not before, again, bringing some snowfall amounts of 10 to 20 centimeters across northern and western areas of New Brunswick, those areas underneath snowfall warnings. Winds in the forecast for tomorrow during the day becoming south and southwest, but they do pick up as that mixture of snow and rain moves in Wednesday evening and Wednesday night with some gusts between 30 and 50. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the Maritimes, still plenty cold, well down to the minus teens for New Brunswick, and around minus 10 to minus 12 for areas in Prince Edward Island. For Nova Scotia, most of the lows between minus 7 and minus 11. High temperatures get onto the plus side of the scale tomorrow for Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, parts of the south of New Brunswick, but remain below freezing for central and northern areas of that province. Let's take a look at our Weather Watcher for tonight. And tonight's Weather Watcher is coming in from 10-year-old Beckett Kyle. Beckett has sent us a lovely drawing of a Christmas tree, candy canes, and a classic snowman. Thank you, Beckett. Weather Watchers can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kalen.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Bruce.
All right, thank you, Caitlin. In a moment, we're going to reveal the winning numbers in the Christmas Daddies 50-50 draws. Christmas Daddies Telethon over the weekend shattered last year's fundraising efforts, promising to support more people in need this year. Before we get to the 50-50, CTV's Callum Smith takes a look back at a weekend of generosity.
Welcome into the 62nd Annual Christmas Daddies Telethon.
For many Maritimers, Christmas Daddies is the kickoff for the holiday season.
I am so pleased that we were able to carry on the tradition of Christmas Daddies in honor of Jack Dalton and Jim Hill. It's important to give back to your community, and Christmas Daddies just allows so many Maritimers to do that.
With volunteers wearing many hats, from answering the phones to the behind-the-scenes magic. Performances spanning across the Maritimes, from Classified in Halifax to the Bear McNeil's in Cape Breton, Tara McLean on PEI, and Ivan Daigle in New Brunswick.
That's Christmas to me.
And a surprise appearance from CTV National News chief anchor Omar Sachedina and colleagues. And of course, Santa.
The elves are putting the final touches on all the toys.
With many parents facing tough choices about paying bills or giving their kids Christmas, the Salvation Army relies on partners like Christmas Daddies.
We always think about the children on Christmas morning to get up and to be able to find something under the tree. But I've also been there when we've said to a mom or a dad, we can help, and to see actually the burden lifted and a smile return to their face.
Some donors carrying on decades-old traditions, like Friends of Bill Murphy.
It was early 2016. Bill came up to me. Unfortunately, Billy had gotten sick, and he asked me if I would carry on the project. This is my 9th year doing that.
Collecting bottles from the shipyard, a nickel at a time, amounting to about half the $16,000 donation. Christmas Daddies has raised more than $40 million since 1964.
I think we're really going to be surprised at our grand total this year.
The grand total is $750,000.
A number that will continue growing with ongoing donations. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Callum. It is time to announce the winners from our much-anticipated Christmas Daddies online 50-50 draw. Here we go. In Prince Edward Island, the 50-50 winner is Nancy Fong from Charlottetown. She's taking home $3,940. In New Brunswick, Stella Walker from Moncton has won the 50-50 draw. Grand total take home, $28,700. And in Nova Scotia, the winner, Andrea Hutchinson from Dartmouth, who's won an incredible $120,502.50. Great big congratulations to all of the winners. And now that we have all the 50-50 numbers in, we can tell you that our new Christmas Daddies total for 2025, look at that. The telethon raised $891,000. A great big thank you to everyone who donated. All right, time for one more break here on CTV News at 5, but stay with us because coming up next, it's a Goldie's good deed.
McDavid, centering pass, one-timer.
I'm Ryan McDonald. Tonight at the CTV News at 5, Cape Breton's Colton Ellis has been having a pretty good rookie season thus far with the Buffalo Sabres. Tonight, though, we have the story of a gesture of kindness off the ice that made a difference in the life of a young fan in upstate New York. The story is coming up.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Time to unleash your inner Scrooge. What do you dislike about the holidays? Tomorrow at 7.
And make yourself happy. Play Move's 20K Holiday First Keyword tomorrow at 6.
You know, Cape Breton's own Colton Ellis has been making the island proud in his first NHL season with the Buffalo Sabres. And as CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us tonight, word of a kind gesture from the young goalie to a fan battling cancer has made its way back home.
McDavid, centering pass, one-timer and a terrific save made. Ellis across to deny Leon Draisaitl.
Cape Breton's Colton Ellis is having a pretty good rookie season so far with the Buffalo Sabres, and stopping some of the NHL's biggest stars is not the only way he's been making an impact.
She's undergone numerous surgeries in her leg and her lung. She basically has a hole in the right leg.
Daniel Klass and his 14-year-old daughter Shaylee are big Sabres fans. The team was diagnosed in May of last year with osteosarcoma, a form of bone cancer. Not too long ago, she met Buffalo's rookie goalie at a laser tag event put on by a local hospital.
Colton participated in that and was on Shaylee's team, and then they got to talking and they were playing video games together, and he was just a really nice guy.
A couple of weeks later, Shaylee and her dad went to a Sabres game, and while the River Dennis, Nova Scotia native wasn't in the lineup that night, he still had a surprise for her.
Somehow word got to him that Shaylee was in the stands, and he made his way down to the ice, and next thing you know, they're taking down a plane of glass in the middle of the intermissions, and out he walks up into the stands with one of his goalie sticks and presented to Shaylee. You should have seen the look on her face.
Colton has always been a better person than he is a goaltender, and he's a pretty incredible goaltender.
Back home in Inverness County, Ellis's kind act is no surprise to his former coach with the Cape Breton West Islanders, who says people in the area have been following his success with the Sabres pretty closely.
When Colton succeeds, it lifts up everybody around here. Families, minor hockey programs, and young athletes all feel that connection.
Heading into tonight's game in Edmonton against the Oilers, Ellis has a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. Back in Buffalo, Daniel Klass says his daughter is currently in remission, and she just might have a new favorite Sabres player.
And go Colton. We're all rooting for you here in Buffalo, and I think that, again, I think he's going to be the one that can turn it around for us here.
An assist to remember from a guy pretty good at preventing goals. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Way to go, Colton.
That's pretty great. That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yep. Coming up on CTV News at 6, I've got more on that next Alberta Clipper that's going to be approaching the region late in the day for tomorrow, bringing us a significant wintry mix coming up Wednesday evening, Wednesday night for the Maritimes.
Get ready for another Clipper. Okay, that's it for us tonight. The news continues right now with the national news.